Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. This life is welcome. Present your passions. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Thanks. Before we start, yes, say yes. You can see me clearly. You can hear me loud and clear. You can hear me so that I have going on. Okay? Is my voice still going in and out? Okay, now say yes. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me loud and clear now? I'd like to know if you can hear me now. Uh, can you hear me now? Yes or no? Yes or no? Sound check, sound check. That's better. I hear you loud and clear. Oh, excellent. All right. So it was this thingy. It was this device that I was using that was causing that nonsense. Okay, so I'm going to fling this one out of the window. Out it goes. Yes, before we start today, let me give a bell of blessings for everyone who is here, for everyone who is coming on their way, for everyone who will watch or replay this video, and for my channel members, my moderators, regular viewers, those who are viewing me from the bushes, and for my humble self, for all of us, a bell of blessings, a huge bell of blessings for us all. And welcome to today's show. All right. Mega love shout out to you, Bluebell Speeded Crafts. And here's your Blue Bell of Blessings. Yay! Yeah, you got your Blue Bell of Blessings. Wonderful. Isn't that beautiful that we are able to get your Blue Bell of Blessings? Okay. Yeah? Yeah, your Blue Bell of Blessings. She is not sleeping at all. She is right here, right here, right here, right here. See, right here. And I also got something special for you today. Bluebells, beaded crafts. You see this blue background here? See this? This is for you. Yes? Yay! And again, I got something else for you. This pen, see this pen also? It's blue. It's also for you. So you see, I've got a lot of things for you today. Yes, your blue bell is awake. All right, we have a topic to discuss today. What are we going to discuss? We have a topic to discuss. Yeah, the topic is self affirmation. come, let's discuss self affirmation. Ah, Princess, yes, I see the photograph. Yes, beautiful, isn't it? Yes, let's discuss self affirmation. Ah, yeah. So, what is self affirmation? What does it mean? I'm sure that we all know what self affirmation is, but I'll just try a bit to, you know, talk about it, what it means. What does it mean, really? Self affirmation. Um, well, in a very simple way, self affirmation is simply is the recognition and assertion of the existence and value of one's individual self. It simply means yes, I recognize myself and I am asserting positive words to myself and for myself. Yes, that is what it means. Okay. Self affirmation was popularized in the 1980s. Yeah. And but prior to 1980s, self affirmation has always been. The Bible is already in existence. I know about the Bible, and I know that the Word of God supports self affirmation some way, somehow. Because there are positive words that you can lift from there to encourage yourself, and from maybe from other books I don't know about, but for now I'm going to stick with what I know about, and that is what I am talking about. Yes, yeah. So, or beyond that, you know, we self affirmation is a way of encouraging ourselves. Using positive words. Affirmation, affirmation, using positive affirmations, maybe in prayer, can be in form of prayer, can be in form of just asserting positive words for yourself and to yourself, a way of also talking to yourself. Yeah. For example, one of the things that I know, the book of is full of affirmations. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. One of the things that I know you know, from the Word of God, for example, I know Philippians chapter 4, verse 13, which says that I can do all things. These can do spirits that everybody is shouting all around the place. Yeah, we know about can do spirit, can do spirit, can do spirit. Can do spirit came from somewhere. Can do spirit came from the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13, where it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yeah. So that can do spirit is from that place, you know. So self affirmation is there are also words that are focused on self. So if you are ghosting, come inside and say hi. Yeah, please. Come inside and say hi. Come inside and say hi, people. Please come inside and say hi if you are ghosting. Yeah, my moderator has, you know, is inviting you in. If you're hosting, please do come in and say hi to us. We won't bite you. Say hi to us and we will not bite you at all. Uh, there are two things about self-affirmation. Uh, and some people are of the opinion that, oh, why should we do self-affirmation? After all, we are focusing on self. And we shouldn't be focusing on self, we should be focusing on God and all that stuff. You can't promise that you can bite. Yes, that's why I said for now, we won't bite for now. Maybe, but if anything happens, I can't promise you that that nobody can bite. Anyways, let them come in. Let's not scare them away. Let them come in because we are not going to bite them, right? Okay, yeah. So, so as I was saying, another school of thought is of the opinion that why should we do self affirmation? That after all, if you are focusing on yourself, that is self centeredness and all that stuff, focusing on self. But I am saying to you that if you do not even focus on self in the first place, how are you going to be able to focus on someone else? How are you going to be able to, if you don't love self, for example, how can you love someone else? Like I was saying in my, we were talking about this thing last week, expressing emotions and all that. And somewhere along the line, we came up with, if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love someone else and all that? So if you don't focus on yourself, if you don't encourage yourself, for example, how are you going to encourage someone else? If you don't assert some positive words for yourself, how are you going to do it for someone else? Bearing in mind that some people, you know have partners, some people have spouses, some people are into relationships, some people are married, and some people have children. And if you don't do it, if you can't encourage yourself, how will you encourage your child, for example? How will you encourage your spouse, for example? How will you encourage people around you, your loved ones around you, like people going through emotional, stress or traumas and all that? How will you encourage them if you cannot encourage yourself first with self affirmation? So this is where I come in. This is where I'm saying, oh, self affirmation is a good one. I only bite when people are naughty. So if they are good, then Lily won't bite. Yes. You can't give what you don't have. Absolutely. You get me. You cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't have that, how are you going to be able to give it? Because you cannot give what you don't have, really. So I'm saying now, how, let's even go further to use some other words to show what self-affirmation is. Self-affirmation is to assert, to assert positively or to assert positivity for yourself. It means to declare the existence of something, to declare the existence of something, to assert positive, to declare positively the existence of something. It means to maintain as true, to maintain as true. It also means to tell something confidently, with confidence. Tell something with confidence. It is also it. You can also mean that you are, to be opposed to deny. You are opposing or you are denying, something, that does not exist, right? So, all these are ways of saying affirmation, more like learnings. So, yeah, the next thing I'm going to talk about is, are affirmations spiritual? Let's even ask ourselves this question. Self affirmation. Are affirmations spiritual? Affirmations can be spiritual. Yes, affirmations are spiritual. I think they are. Because if you know if you speak words for yourself and speak words into existence, and they are like seeds that we plant in our inner man. These words are like seeds that we plant into our subconsciousness or into our spirit person. You understand? So As time goes on, you know, these words are nurtured, these words grow. You meditate on these words, you meditate on them day and night, then these words take root. These words begin to take root in us and they begin to bear fruits. And that's how our lives change. By us talking about this thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, our lives change. Because as a man thinks, so he is, and so he is becoming. He's out with a friend. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you for letting me know. So as a man thinks, so he is, and so he is becoming. You know, so those are yes. So that is why I'm saying that. Um, that is why I'm saying that affirmations spiritual, for you to affirm, for you to talk to yourself, for you to say positive things into your life. Spiritual, you know. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is how should we even do it? How should we start affirming to ourselves? How should we? I know a lot of people know how to do self affirmation. They just pick up a book and they start reading it to themselves and blah, 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 blah. Like I have told you, from my background, you know, faith based, uh, I know that in my community I have you know multi-religious people, and I have multicultural people. My community is multicultural, multi-religious, multi everything. Yeah. So I'm just going to try as much as possible to try to say how should we even start to do these things. For me, yes, you are saying through meditation, repeating positive words to one's self. Yes, absolutely, that is it. But in the first, what the first thing I would like to talk about is you need to identify your need first. You need to identify your need first. You need to identify what you want for yourself first before you even begin to say this. Before you know where or what areas you need to talk about, you need to affirm what areas you need to affirm, what areas you need to talk about, what words you need to speak into your own life. You see? So if you are the one who prays, you can start with a prayer. And if you are the one who reads by the Bible or the Quran or whatever book you read, for me, I do the Bible. I think of a passage that has something that is similar to what I'm going through or what people have gone through before, because there's nothing new under the sun. you know all the things that we see in life today are things that have existed before, so there's really nothing new under the sun. So go through whatever it is that that person has gone through before, and you will find things that will encourage you there. For example, so then you're going to ask yourself, what does your creator say about these things? For example, is God happy with these words, or is God happy with what you're going to do? Is God happy with you speaking positive words to yourself? Of course, because he told us that he knows the thoughts that he thinks towards us, that they are thoughts of peace and not of evil, to bring us to a good future. Hello, host and all. Official and Moara Kenya, you are welcome. A bit of blessings for you, to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming, and you are welcome. Bluebell says, Ah, you are welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, so I'm saying, so what does your creator say about, or what does your creator think or say about what you're going to do? About self affirmations. You see? So I'm saying that that word that says that I know the words I think towards you, I know the thoughts that I think towards you. They are thoughts of peace and not of evil, to bring you to the good future, to bring you to an expected end, right? So think about that passage you have read, and find out what is it. So then consciously, I'm coming to, you see the way I'm taking it step by step. I am coming to where you now begin to meditate and begin to speak those words, right? So consciously, or what you might say prayerfully. Some people say prayerfully, uh, which is also consciously. You consciously write down your own affirmation in the present tense, right? You consciously write down these affirmations in the present tense. For example, Psalm 23 says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I'm not going to lack. I don't lack." So you can say, I don't lack. I don't lack. I don't lack. I am protected. I am loved. Those are the examples. I'll give you more examples as I go on, right? I'll give you more examples of what the things that you can say as examples of affirmation, self affirmation, right? So let's see. I think I must have, yes, I have some examples here. Okay, like I said, I am loved. You say them in the present tense. You say, I am forgiven. I am loved. I am healed. Yes, I am forgiven. I am valuable. And can you share this to Sissy, please? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I am valuable. I am enough. I am adequate. Oh, this one I tell myself. I tell myself many, many years ago, someone, like made me feel like I'm inadequate for something. And back then I realized that I'm adequate. This is why I said you have to recognize what you need and you begin to say it to yourself and you begin to affirm it to yourself. I am adequate. I am enough. If anybody feels that you are not enough, look at yourself and tell yourself that you are enough. Then you are not for that person. If it's for a relationship, if you're in a relationship and the person you're in a relationship with thinks that you are not enough or that you are not adequate for some things, then that person is not for you, isn't it? Exactly, that person is not for you. So you say to yourself, I am enough. I have been created for a purpose, yes? So I fulfill that purpose. I'm enough. I am not alone. I'm not alone. The Lord is my light. The Lord is my light and my salvation. These are examples. I am light. I am light. These are examples of how you can. So, sorry, excuse me. So these are examples, like I was saying. So once you are able to identify what it is that is your need at that time, you write it and then you add it. I can do this. Yes. I have this. Yes. I am well. You know, I have good health. I am well. I am strong. Yes. Yes. Those are the things. You say those things. You know, a school of thought says, oh, if you're doing self affirmation, you're probably lying to yourself. How can you be lying to yourself when you are affirming positivity to yourself. I don't believe I am lying to myself. I am not lying to myself. If I am not lying to myself, then I am healthy. I am well. I have a sound mind. I have a sound mind. You know, affirmation is powerful. It's powerful. You want to check out. You want to check out the power of affirmations. I'll tell you some of the things that I know as the power of affirmations. Princess, looks like you were reading Lily all over Variety Streets to bring this topic. Seriously. So this is very useful to you. You see, my dear, I'm just, saying my own thing. I just came up with the topic, and I'm, somehow God has a way of doing things. I just came up with a topic and I decided this is what I'm going to talk about today. You see? So the power of affirmations. Let me tell you something. You know, affirmations, like I said earlier on, it's spiritual. Now, what is one of the powers? One of the powers is that it is a spiritual tool. Affirmation is a spiritual tool. They are spiritual tools that help strengthen our faith, our belief, what we believe in. Affirmations are spiritual tools that you equip yourself. They are, tools that you equip yourself. Thank you so much, Anne. Anne says you're a blessing, Chris. Thank you so much, Anne. You're a blessing to be here as well. That's one. Then two, affirmations help us to deepen our relationship with God. If you believe in God, affirmations help us to deepen our relationship. Three, affirmations help us to deepen our own relationship with ourselves. Do you have a relationship with yourself? Oh, yes. Sometimes, to prove it to you, sometimes people do things and people say, oh, I was shocked I was able to do this. Or I can't believe myself that I did this. If you study, you do self-observation, you study yourself, and then you're surprised that, oh, I can do this. You're talking to yourself. You are relating with yourself. So affirmations help us to deepen our relationship with ourselves. It helps us to study ourselves more and to find out what we need. Like I said from the beginning, that the first thing you do before you start writing down your affirmations is you have to find out your need first. So if you don't study yourself, if you don't relate with yourself, how are you going to find out what you need for yourself? 1 second, let me just take this comment. I haven't said anything to you, Princess, but yes, Lily has needed this big time. Had my mental breakdown yesterday and shared some bitter truths. Some always made me feel less. Imagine. Let me just permit me to highlight it so that people can see it. That this is what you have written here. See? Yeah. You see? Yeah. And let me also highlight what Official App said. Thank you so much. No, you have not said anything to me. You haven't said it to me. I just came up with this. And she's a big blessing. I do love my princess. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I am resilient. Yes. You see, so that's what I'm talking about. You can actually Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. You see, so that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You can actually write your own, have your own book of affirmations that you read it to yourself. And over time, this our brain, how we are and how the subconscious is, which is what we call the spirit man, right? Or the inner person. You have to talk to yourself and keep training yourself, keep talking to yourself, and over time, your brain begins to believe those things. And over time, the universe just has a way of bringing those things to pass. Over time, but every time, if you're negative, 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 before somebody says something, oh, you are so pessimistic, you never see good in anything. You always everything always about negativity, everything negative, everything negative, everything negative. Hey, you see, people who are like that can never see themselves as even enough. They cannot even see themselves as good. You see, it's like one cursing oneself. Cursing. It's like one cursing oneself, or casting a spell on oneself. But if you also talk about yourself positively, in a positive light, how would you feel if someone is always talking about you in a negative way? Negative, negative. No, you are not this. Oh, you are not that. Oh, you are not this. You're not that. You're not good. You're not strong. You're not, you're not well. You're not. You don't have a sound mind. You just be talking about somebody in a negative way. That person will not be happy with you. Will that person be? That person will not be happy, isn't it? Exactly. So if you know that somebody talks negative about you and you won't be happy with that person, why will you talk negative about yourself? So that thing, you have to first of all love yourself. I love myself. So that if somebody tells you, oh, they love you, this is good. And you won't like it if somebody says, I don't like you. Or it's okay. It's okay, right? But it's good to say positive things to yourself. It's good to say positive things to yourself. Okay, so another power of affirmation is that they reinforce our belief. Affirmations are powerful because they reinforce our belief. Either our belief in God, or our belief in ourselves, or our self confidence, or they reinforce our belief. Then they remind us of the truth. They remind us of God's truth about us. They remind us, in times of doubt, in times of fear, in times of hopelessness, in times of uncertainty, when those affirmations, they remind us of the truths, the way God sees us, and the way we should see ourselves. Then they also help us to relieve stress. Affirmations, they help us to relieve stress. Affirmations, they help us to relieve anxiety sometimes through meditation. You see, so this is where that meditation comes in. So while you are meditating, while you're saying these things to yourself, then you meditate over the words. I am strong. I am strong. I am resilient. I am valuable. And then you think over it, you say it to yourself, you meditate on it, and as time goes on, you become strong. You become strong. Okay, let me say, thank him because it was a small gesture, but it made me rethink some things. Okay, let me see. I think we must have said something earlier. Okay. It takes a lot for someone to open their mouth and say something. In fact, I believe it was Saturday. I was in LS uh, at night, and someone came and said something to me that made me cry. Thanked him because it was a small gesture, but it made me rethink. So it's okay, right? And that's good. No matter how small a gesture, you see, no matter how small it is something. You don't know how long and how far that thing you call small gesture go. It's important to reassure yourself, look after your own mental health. Yes, let me put it there so people can see it. Absolutely. And this thing that you said just brings me to uh, you know, Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. It says, guard your heart with all diligence, for everything you do flows from it. You see, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. See, issues of life. Every issue we have in life starts with the heart. They all flow from the heart. All the things that man does to man, everything people do to fellow people, human beings do to fellow human beings, they start conceiving it from the heart, right? Yes, they start conceiving it from the heart. Everything we do flows from the heart. And as a man thinks, as we think, that is how we are becoming. As we think, that is how we are. As we think, that is how we are. If someone is constantly thinking evil for somebody else, you can't tell me that good is going to come out of that person for that person that the person is constantly thinking evil for. If somebody has been thinking evil for you for a long time, one day that evil is going to come out, because as a person thinks, that's how the person thinks. So we have to guard our heart with all diligence, because out of it flows, out of our hearts flow the issues. Everything flows from our heart. Everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything flow from our heart out. Okay, so yeah, it is important, very important, to look after your mental health. It is very important to reassure yourself. This is true. So, and you said even putting out a hand for someone means a lot. Mhm. It may seem small to you, but to that person, it could have been what made their decision of life or death. Absolutely, that is true. That is so true. You know, smiling. Where we live. You smile. Whether you know the person or you don't know the person, if you're passing by someone on the road, you smile. You smile to the person. Some people return their smile and some don't. But I tell you, that little gesture of just looking at someone and smiling, and you go your way, just give a small smile and you go your way. Do you know it can save someone's life? It can make that person's day. There's a gesture someone made for me a long time ago that I cannot forget. People might look at it and say, "Oh, princess, how very little." Yeah, it may look little, but I tell you, I went from my office. I went for a business meeting somewhere. Was it a business meeting? So I went somewhere, and I had parked my car at the car park, and it was not raining at the time I went for that thing. But by the time I finished what I was doing there and I was about going back to go into my car to drive away, this heavy rain started. And I needed to get into the car to go back to the office. I needed to get into the car to go back to the office. And from the from the door of the office where I went to my car, some minutes walk. And by the time I get there, I would have been drenched. But guess what? As I came out and I was about to, I started walking in the rain, heavy rain. Here comes this gentleman with an umbrella. And this person covered me with his umbrella and walked me to my car. This person, I don't know this person from Adam. I don't know this person from anywhere. And when I got to the car, I got into my car and I said thank you so much to the person. And the person just smiled and turned around and left. So I started thinking, I said, oh, can you imagine? Suppose this person hadn't come now, I would have been drenched. And by the time I get back to the office, my beautiful dress would have been wet. If I was going home, I would say, okay, let me just go home. After all, when I get home, I'm going to change and, I'm home. I can afford to go drive home with wet clothes and all that. But I was going back to the office and I was going to give the report of what I had just done, before I closed for that day. And look how that person just saved me from being drenched by the rain. This thing happened many years ago, but till date, I still remember that kind gesture. I still remember that kind gesture, and God bless that person where that person is. You see? So gestures like that, like you walk along the road and you don't know what the next person is thinking. You don't even know what the person was going through. You don't know what the person is going through. You don't know what is disturbing the person at that particular time. But as you're walking past the person, you look at the person and you smile to the person. That little smile might just tell the person, oh, so this person, I am noticed. This person has noticed me. Or I am worth something. I am valuable. It might just mean I am valuable. And the person might just say, okay, this thing that I was going to do, I will stop. And I will not belittle myself. I don't belittle myself. These are affirmations that you can say to yourself. These are positive words that we can say to self. And these are affirmations. These affirmations are powerful tools, to help us, to uplift us. To uplift us. Because as you keep saying these things to yourself, as you think about these things throughout the day, as you think about these things, before you go to bed, as you meditate on these things, meditation simply means thinking deeply about something. So as you think about these things, as you meditate on it, maybe before you go to bed, maybe as you go to bed, then you remember some of these things. Then you begin to say it to yourself. Then maybe as you're waking up in the morning, you say these things to yourself to set your day. You say these things to yourself to set your day. We call it prayer, we call it meditation, we call it affirmations, whatever it is. Affirm it to yourself to set your day. And so it will reduce all the negativities that will come in that person's way. You speak these things into existence. You keep on saying it over and over and over again, and then it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit that changes your patterns of thoughts. It becomes a habit that changes our patterns of health. It changes our patterns of mood, you know, and then it brings new pathways into our brains. So this is what I have come to tell you today. So please, let's, you know, if you have been doing it before, do it more. Do it more. My assignment is get your own book of affirmation. Figure out what you need for yourself and begin to write down those things that you need in a positive way, in a positive, affirm them positively. Write down those things that you need in a positive way. Those things, about that situation that you have identified, that you have figured out that you need. Those things that you write things down. And then read them to yourself and say it, daily. Say it. It will set your day, like I said, and then it will become a habit. And when it becomes a habit, whenever any situation arises, either situation of doubt or situation of fear, or or situation of whatever situation it is, like I had mentioned earlier on, you have the words to counter such things, because in our head these situations arise. Even there are some things that there are some false expectations that look, that are like real. False expectations appearing real. That's fear. False expectations appearing real. That is fear. That's FEAR. That's fear. These are false. There are some false expectations that appear real to us, and that is when fear comes in. And once fear comes, doubt will follow. Fear will follow, doubt will follow, accusations will follow, criticisms will follow, and we cannot allow these things to take hold of us. So, find out what your own situation is, figure out what you need, write down the positive words against those things, read those things, or say those things to yourself. Repeat the affirmations, the positive words. Repeat these positive words to yourself over and over and over again. And please do not allow anyone to say negative things to you or about you. Do not allow such negative things to settle in your mind. Kick against it. Do not allow such negative things to settle in your mind. So, that is what I have for you today. If you have any questions, any comments, please, let's hear it. The book of Lily is always available for anyone. So that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, you had said a thing that made me feel okay. I think, yeah, I think, okay, I've had it happen. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I've had it happen to me. You said I've had it happen to me. I went to the shops and had a horrific experience. Was walking back to school, and another lady came to me and asked if I was okay and offered to walk back. Oh, for me, it was a small thing, but it made me feel safe. Oh, you see, gestures like that. Yeah, yeah, it helps, and sometimes you walk along, you just take a good look at someone's face, and you figure out that perhaps this person is going through stuff. You okay? Are you okay? I went somewhere yesterday, just yesterday. I make you laugh. I went somewhere yesterday. I was trying to, sort out something over the phone. I called this organization to sort out something over the phone, and I wasn't able to sort it out. I kept calling. I had tried twice, three times. Finally, I was told from the phone that I had to go in store. So I had to, go all the way to my town center. I went into that place and they sorted that thing out for me and told me, okay, when you go back, try it again. You try the phone again, try the app again on the phone. I said, no, I'm not going home to go and try it. I am trying it right here. So the person said, okay, you know what? Because there are other people on the queue, okay, you can try it here. I said, I will just step aside. You go ahead and attend to other people. The person said, yes, fine, that's all right. Please, as you're trying it, if you have any problems, please don't hesitate to call my attention. I said, okay, I will do that. Thank you. You know, so I started, trying out this thing again. And I got to I got to a stage I got stuck again. As I got stuck, I think there was a lady around there in the same office. She was watching my facial expression. So I was doing this, okay, okay. Then I got stuck. So I was like, oh, I'm stuck again. Then I looked at the person that told me I should not hesitate to talk to him when I'm stuck. He was attending to somebody else. And I stood there. So this person, this lady that was observing me in the office, she was not attending to anybody. She walked up towards me and she said, are you okay? I said, no, I'm not. Immediately. No, I'm not okay. And she was like, okay, let's see. What is it? Come, come. She took me to a chair, in that office, to one corner there and sat me down. And then we walked. She said, log out. I logged out. And then we started from beginning and she walked me through to the end. At the end of the day, I was smiling. I was laughing. She had helped me to sort out the problem. So just simply by asking me, you okay? That's it. So, in this country, we ask, you okay? You're right. You're right. Some people say, yes, I'm okay. Some people say, no, I'm not. I don't hesitate to say when I'm not okay. I just say. So because you don't know where the help is going to come from. So you see, Empire, you are welcome. A bell of blessings for you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, you are welcome. You see, sweetheart, hello, welcome to the live. Yes, thank you all so much. So that is it. So be encouraged. If you have missed from the beginning, we've spoken a lot already about affirmations, affirmations, saying positive things to oneself and encouraging oneself and building up one's confidence with affirmations and all that. We've said a lot of things. And affirmations also help us to eliminate fear, false expectations appear real to us. It helps us to eliminate doubts, doubts in our minds. Affirmations help us to build confidence. Affirmations help us to build hope. Affirmations help us. There are tools that we use to strengthen ourselves, tools we use to strengthen our faith. And affirmations help us to deepen our relationship with our maker, our creator. Affirmations help us to also deepen our relationship with ourselves. I've also said that affirmations reinforce our belief in God. And I've also said that affirmations remind us of God's truth and remind us of the truth about us as well. reminds us of God's truth about us, and that affirmations help us in times of doubt, in times of fear, in times of uncertainty, in times of hopelessness, and you know, in times of weakness. Affirmations, they help us a lot and they go a long way. I also said that affirmations help us to relieve stress, they help us to relieve anxiety. And that when we keep on meditating on these affirmations, on positive affirmations about ourselves, we see ourselves, we build up ourselves in good way. Yeah, in times of crisis, yes. Thank you for saying that. The joys of sacrifice, yes. So affirmations help us they go a long way to help us to build up ourselves, to encourage ourselves, to strengthen ourselves. Because if we don't do it, he said, if we don't do it for ourselves, nobody is coming to do it for us. If someone can do it for you, right, like I'm doing now, someone can do it for you, someone can motivate you, someone can inspire you to do it like I'm doing now. But there are, like, in the middle of the night, when you're going through crisis, for example, then when some doubts arise in your mind, for example, and some fear arise, you have to do it yourself. And by the time you keep doing it for yourself, you keep telling yourself the truth, keep affirming good things for yourself, keep telling yourself positive things, keep telling yourself very good, very nice things in a positive way, your brain starts creating new pathways of possibilities that these things are possible. So you tell yourself, oh, I am valuable. And always use the present tense. Use the present tense. It helps. I am valuable. I am lovable. I am strong. You know, it helps us. So that is what I say. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for being here, all of you. Yeah, okay. So Bluebell says someone can motivate you, but it's you that needs to take that initiative for you to feel confident. Yes, that is true. And because others can love you, but it won't help you until you believe it yourself. You have to believe in what's being said for it to have positive effect with you. And that is also true. So if you are here and you have not given us a thumbs up, please thumbs up this video. And if you're replaying and if you're rewatching, or if you're just listening to it, please don't forget to give us thumbs up. If you are new to this channel, smash that subscribe button under this video and turn on the notification bell to all, so you stay updated and so you'll be notified every time we come out. You'll be notified when I have new uploads. You'll be notified when I stream live. You'll be notified when I'm coming live, coming to stream live. Or you'll be notified when I'm having a live stream. And then I'd like to say thank you to you. My moderator is here, Bluebell Speeded Crabs. Thank you for moderating for us. And also for my channel members, I'd like to say thank you to all my channel members, and for my regular viewers, thank you all as well. We continue to stream live on Tuesdays and Fridays, and we continue to premiere on Thursdays and upload shorts like every day or every other day. So please, wherever you see us, do not hesitate to please watch our videos and watch our shorts and leave us comments. I appreciate your comments as well. All right, so our next LX for live stream is going to be on Friday, unless something comes up during the weekend. Sometimes I do spontaneous live. So I just like to appreciate you. You're very welcome. So I'm going to wrap it up now and call it a day. Before I do that, does anyone have any questions or not? So if you have questions, please write it down and come around on Friday. Till then, stay positive and be good to yourself, right? See you soon. Um, okay, let's play some music. Oh, you have a question? Yeah, I have a question, but it's not in my agenda. Okay, no problem. No problem. So, you know what? Right? So when it comes to you, right?